Good evening. I hope you don't mind the lack of light. So, I had an interesting thought this evening. Actually, rather than going straight into the thought, why don't I give some background? So last night I had a chat with David Nassim, who had a couple of chats with before about nutrition and stuff like that, and my nature. And it really made sense to me. This is a guy who's rooted in Taoism and has explored the world of energetics and whatnot a lot, but in a way that it's really, really persuasive to me. He is with Anthony, my Alexander Technique teacher. For me, they're the two best teachers I've come across. I think mainly for the reason that they both don't want to change me at all. And they just, I have a feeling around them of them wanting to celebrate who I am rather than say, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Yeah. Anyway, so one of the things that David mentioned about me, which I found really interesting, was he was like, my fundamental nature is, we call it in Chinese terms, fire energy with some lake, which is a sort of metal, which means that my quality in my spirit is like one that plays around, expresses, creates, but in a way that makes something useful. Yeah, and often breaking stuff down. And I was like, wow, of course, well, that's, exactly how my mind vibrates, I'm always, what's going on in my head is always thinking, okay, listening to some kind of structure, and then, then undoing it and saying, okay, no, how do we rework this and strip away the bullshit and make it more simple? And I have that with everything. If somebody give me a recipe or instructions to do something, I can't do it by the book. I have to make it my own. And that quality, he said, is, and that really, that feels like, that is me. He said something interesting, that quality of expression, of creativity, etc., makes me, my nature, fundamentally female. And I was like, wow, really? Because I've always thought of myself as quite male. And he said, you've got a kind of male body and male qualities, and fire is the most male of the female elements, but there is a fundamental female quality to you. That's in the expression, the spontaneity, and even the emotion. Wow, and I was like, I'm contemplating, am I capable of emotions? Can they come out? Anyway, the thing that really sealed it for me was his description of what he thinks would make good partner for me, romantic partner. And he was like, yeah, you're best suited to girls who are kind of male side. You know, that strong, kind of hard, independent, someone who's not going to try to control me, someone who's not going to demand that I be the male. As in, by male, I don't mean, by male I mean, like, you know, that hard rock, that unbending, unemotional thing that neediness attaches to. And I was like, wow, that is so true for me. I mean, that is exactly how I've been in what works for me in relationships, is being with someone who's independent and kind of got their shit together. Because it gives me permission to be my expressive self. Whereas I've noticed in other relationships at times, when things haven't gone so well, is when I've been someone, they've looked at me as like this control figure, you know. And that makes me, no, because that's not me. And this has been really helpful for me for resolving my thoughts about myself in relationships. It makes me sleep easier at night, be less, you know, beating myself up for my nature. I always feel like, I've got this habit, this pattern. I don't like people, you know, needing me, because my mum was exactly like that. Well, not needing me, but, you know, being kind of thinking about me a lot. I could blame my mum, but at the same time, I could say, you know, my little brother George, he and Jamie, and both of my brothers, they often play supporting kind of roles in relationships with girls. Yeah, massively, actually. So there must be something different about my constitution. And then and an interesting thing is that I've learned through my armouring and patterning or whatever to put on protections. Armouring. Coat myself in masculinity and whatnot. I very much at least did that in my earlier days. Thankfully I'm moving away from that a little. And in the moments when I do that, when I do have that sort of austere, controlling kind of type, then what that does is that male energy creates female in the person I'm with. And then when I notice that, it puts me off because I'm not attracted to it. Maybe this is also partly why I've said often, oh, I wish I were gay. Because I think I'm attracted to male qualities romantically, even though physically I'm not attracted to male. Of course, because my physical body is very male, and so to balance me physically, I look for the female physically. but my emotional quality is more female. Wow, this is interesting. And this is why, of course, I've always got on really well with the more strong women who a lot of people think of as too intimidating. Fascinating. This makes sense to me. And also, this just completely uproots my ideas of who I am, and in such a liberating, amazing way. Because because it makes me realise that actually my fundamental nature is to express and have emotion and all these things. It's not, my fundamental nature isn't the protections and the masculine, I put on top of that. I've learned how to do that. Very skilled at it. And I certainly have some masculine qualities. But that sort of, overdoing doesn't have to be a part of me. Because no, it's not me, it's not my fundamental essence. And that my patterns are not me. I think I've had a tough time since I started going down this route of being accepting of how I used to be. From a young age I was quite violent, and then always in trouble, doing naughty things, a bit of a bully at school sometimes, drinking too much, being a destructive drunk, all these kind of, I was really, caused a lot of harm. But now I'm looking at it and thinking, I don't know, previously I looked at those and that was, and I was like, shit, have I got that in me? That is me. Got that in me, that's part of me. I've got that impulse in me. Whereas now I just had this moment tonight where I was like, no, that doesn't have to be me. That isn't me, that's just what happened when I didn't know how to channel myself properly. I wasn't given I didn't have the tools to do it properly. Not properly, but just in a productive way. Now I'm moving in that direction. When I can open up to myself, I can be emotional and vulnerable in a beautiful way, then I don't need to have that drive to distract. I do just have a lot of fucking energy. So it's just, I'm gonna do a lot with it. That is fun though, because it means I can spend my whole life doing this kind of stuff. So yeah, this is quite a big discovery for me, is that fundamentally I'm okay. I can trust myself. And wow, like David and Anthony, both my teachers, really give me that feeling of, I can trust myself. And when I do, amazing things can happen. also saying on that note, my visions to ideas of being a speaker and leading retreats, all everything that I think about sometimes. Sometimes I wonder, is that just like a narcissistic, egotistical thing? Because but it feels like exactly what I want to do. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to do it to achieve something, It just feels like me. And thank you, David, he said. Yeah, that is me. That is the nature. That is my nature. I can actually be good at that, thriving in a little bit of limelight. You can be a good teacher. Yeah. Teaching to me has always felt like me. Teaching is pressing. Cool. So I think this is just really quite fundamentally shifting my idea of who I am, my place in the world. Now I see that my vibration, my sort of life purpose is melting structures, both my own and societies. Making and that's a really awesome mission. And a skill that I will look to fine tune. Thank you.